is Hannah Halferty, and welcome to Speak Up. Today we're going to be discussing mental illness in college students.
My name is Jennifer Halferty, and I am a recently elected Mono County Supervisor representing District 1.
And what is it like to have a kid with mental illness in college?
What is it like? It is, well, I think it adds a different component to parenting a child far away that other parents don't have to think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And would you say it's different than high school in that way, just because of the distance?
It is different because of the separation. Since you have to have a lot of trust in the communication, and you have to think about it more and be more proactive yourself, and make sure that your child knows that you're receptive to that communication, that you don't know when things are bad or when your child might need help, or and you can't be there for that physical connection, that face-to-face, that hug. And a lot of times those are, I think, helpful for both the parent and the child. And so that's really makes it challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. I think physical touch is a big part of any relationship, you know. I think that as humans, that's a big way we connect with each other in general.
Yep.
If you could share something that you've learned from your end of the experience, what would it be?
Having a child with mental health or mental health disorder, disease. It's a disease. I feel like the terminology is changing.
Yes, it is a disease. Yeah.
In college. So something that I've learned. I think that the thing that I've maybe learned is how prevalent it is. Like that I didn't, you don't know this as from a different generation. My generation was less common, and I feel like it's more common.
Yeah,
I don't think you realize that until you're in it. Maybe everybody does, but for me, it's just so prevalent, and so that's kind of eye-opening and shocking and concerning. I just feel like, as a society, we have to figure something out, because it's just not right. This is not. I think part of it is that we're just better at recognizing, accepting, and discussing these things. But I think there's another component to it as well. And so I guess my education level is just, my awareness is greater. And so a little bit, my alarm is a little bit greater too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's almost becoming kind of a social epidemic.
Yeah. And I don't know what percentage of it we can say, well, it's higher report. And what percentage of it we could say is more epidemic,
That's true.
I don't know that there's any sound data on that.
Yeah.
After having heard a parent's perspective, I was interested in hearing the perspective from a student with mental illness. So up next, we will be talking with Louisa Perry. Louisa is currently a student at Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts.
My name is Louisa. I'm 9, and I just turned 19.
And what is your experience with mental illness?
Oh, what? That's a big one,
Yeah, no, I do know. As somebody who, experiences mental illness on the regular, that's a big question.
I love experiencing mental illness on the regular, but no, I don't know, I have depression and anxiety, and it's just still, and I was first diagnosed when I was 14, and it's still just a really big part of my life, and I think it's always going to be a really big part of my life.
And does it affect your life as a college student, do you think? Obviously, if you say, it's this big part of your life, does it impact your life as a college student and your studies, do you feel?
Oh, it impacts my life as a college student all the time. Like, it makes it hard to, like, do group projects, do presentations. Sometimes it makes it hard just to, like, go to class. And it's something that's, like, embarrassing to talk about. It's not something I want to share with everybody. So, like, sometimes I just can't even go to class, and emailing a professor, like, being like, hey, I can't go to class today because I had a panic attack where I'm just, like, really depressed. It's embarrassing, and it's really hard.
Yeah. Why do you think it's embarrassing, and, like, why is there this social stigma around mental illness, do you think?
Because I know it's something that's different for everyone, and it's not something you can see. Like, if I had a broken leg and I couldn't go to class because of my broken leg, they'd be like, okay, she has a broken leg. Something you can see and something that's, like, tangible, but, like, you can't see it. So it's, like, I feel like people think it's made up and that I'm using it, like, as an excuse to, like, not put my effort into school.
Like, is there anything you wish they knew?
I wish more people understood that it's something I can't control. And, like, if I could, I would.
Yeah, it is an illness. Nobody would ask for that.
Yeah, and it's just, like, it's really, like, frustrating when, like, even professors are like, oh, just, like, go to the school counseling center, or go, like, have you tried meditation? Because it's just, like, everything you think would help, I've tried, and, like, I'm doing my best. Very legitimately something I can't control, and, like, being sensitive to that, I think, goes a really long way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, everybody around us is going through something, and that, we have to be sensitive. Something as simple as, like, road rage, you have to take a minute and step back and realize that, you're not the only person in the universe, you're not in this little bubble.
Yeah, no, but like, there's other people around you, and they have a whole thing that you don't understand, or that you don't even know about.
Yeah, absolutely. And that I think just trying to improve people's day-to-day life in small ways, like a little smile can go a long way. Things like that, or holding the door open for people,
Yeah, it definitely can. Like, honestly, when I'm, like, having, like, a really bad day, if I'm walking into class and someone holds the door open for me, it's, like, it does make it that much better, because then it'd be like, I woke up, I was in a horrible mood, and then some horrible girl slammed the door in my face.
Right, exactly. You want people to contribute, like, positive emotions into society.
Yeah,
regardless
totally.
of what everybody's going through. Yeah.
I checked back in with Louisa during finals week to see how she was handling the stress.
What is it like to have mental illness in college during finals season?
The worst. Because it's, like, already, like, in a stressful time, just, like, in general. And then just, like, add, like, other stress that, like, my brain is just, like, producing on its own. So it's just, like, a system overload. So I'm just, like, exhausted.
Yeah. You know what? Me too. I think that's just what finals is like for everybody. And I think having mental illness on top of it just makes it that much harder. And for me personally, I feel like it's really hard for me to perform well on my finals. And I feel like a big reason for that is because of my mental illness.
Same. I feel like a lot of people who have mental illness are not, like, testing is, like, that much worse because of it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I've always had, like, horrible test anxiety, and you know, for like somebody who's anxious all the time. You just put a test on it, and it makes it that much more intense for me. And like that is for me, like when I first like started seeing these intense panic attacks was like in high school during really high stress tests was like the first time that I would experience like the crazy panic attacks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like an alright tester, but like here at Emerson College School of Means, they don't do a lot of tests, but we do a lot of presentations, and like public speaking is the thing that gets me. Yeah, and I feel like professors are like, everybody gets nervous about public speaking. It's fine. I'm like, hi, sir.